Awesome. Well, we'll open up to questions and we'll start with Gary. Go ahead. And then we'll go to
Miles,
KP.
Miles, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm going to hit you with a tough one right away, but I'm wondering, first of all, are you planning to play in the amateur events that you already have scheduled for the summer, or was it? Hold on. Is there anything?
Was it a standard two-parent household, single mom? What's the deal? You know?
What's that? There's other people.
Okay, let me try that again, Miles. Do you plan on playing in the amateur events that you were already scheduled? And is there anything that could happen this week or in any other additional pro events that you might play in that could change your status as an amateur?
No, I mean, I'm not even really. I can't even turn pro if I wanted to. So, no, I'm planning to play the rest of the summer out like I planned it to. So, a couple junior, a couple AM events, and see how it goes.
Okay, and is it going to be U.S. Amateur, U.S. Junior? Is that going to be the bigger events you're going to play in?
Yeah, we're playing those. We're playing in the Western Am, some Elite Am stuff in June, North South, and we have a U.S. Open qualifier too. So it's gonna be a busy summer.
Okay, thank you.
KP?
I'm curious when you finished last week, what your gut was of whether the top 25, like whether your score was going to be enough and what was kind of going through your head, and if you like looked at the leaderboard on the ride home to try to calculate it.
That bogey on 18 definitely made it a little more nerve-wracking, but I didn't really think I was gonna get in after that bogey, but we were kind of doing some math after we went to lunch, and on the ride home it was like, all right, we're still got a chance, and luckily it turned out that way.
What was that like feeling like when you realized that you were safe and you're going to be playing, and then what were the travel arrangements like?
Definitely excited to be able to earn a spot into this week, but you're at such a high to make the cut and kind of do all that, so you can't really get much higher, but you're definitely tired on Monday after that week and all the emotion and excitement and adrenaline. But that travel from Sunday night to Monday until I got here, it was a long day.
Brett?
What's up, Miles? Good to see you, man. How many people texted you on Sunday night, Monday? Who do you remember the most? Any other like players around the golf world? What was that experience like for about 24 hours? It's probably still going on.
It's been busy the last 2 weeks. No, I had a bunch of friends, a bunch of family, just reach out and congratulate me, and it's been nice to feel all that support. But no, it's been nonstop.
Did you sense that the guys you were playing with were a little bit surprised by how well you were doing?
I don't know. Anybody can kind of have a week, so I don't know. I don't think they were too surprised that somebody that's somewhat good and they had a good week, they could be there. So I don't know. We'll see how this week goes.
Gary, did you have another question? KP, if you have another one.
For sure. So what was the timeline of like when you got home Sunday and then when you flew to Dallas?
Well, we got home probably around 8ish, and Dad booked flights that night. Kind of threw everything in the washer that I wore last week and washer that night, and dryer in the morning, and then I think we left for the airport around 10:45. So got to sleep in a little bit, which was nice.
And then when you like kind of, in terms of school, I know you're doing online school. Were there any like projects you had to like clean up in between early this week to get ready for this week, or how did?
No, we were in a good spot with school. We were able to kind of just keep doing it little by little, and I didn't have anything major due.
Is there any subject that is like difficult for you in school, or is everything pretty? Do you find everything?
They're all
pretty
hard. They're all hard, but I definitely have my favorites. I mean, I love math, and be able to be a golfer is I'm lucky to like math. So, it's kind of how it is.
Brent, did you have another one?
Yeah, Miles, you were a pretty quiet guy overall, at least the guy that we know, I think. Do you like everything going on? All this attention? Is it fun? How do you view it?
If I had my choice, I would not have any of it. But it's kind of what happens when you play well. So you kind of got to get used to it every once in a while. But no, it's been good. Everybody's been nice and easy to work with. So hopefully it stays that way.
Were you surprised when you came out of that scoring tent and there were people waiting for your autograph, or has that happened a little bit?
I was busy walking off 18, so I wasn't too surprised that everybody made their way. But no, I definitely got to get better at it.
What, with the signature?
Yes, we got to get a little faster.
One more for me, if you don't mind. But does your success this past weekend, and obviously you've had a ton of it, but does it change your expectation for this weekend? Do you now say, hey, I think I can make the cut again, or I can compete to win?
No, I mean, it's the same goals as last week. I mean, just try to put first and second round, 2 good rounds together and see where that puts us on compared to the cut. And if we make the cut, we just try to go have two more good rounds and see where that puts us.
Gary? Hey, Kyle, I did have 8 miles. I just wondered, did you know that, I don't know if you're on Twitter or you follow it, but Phil Mickelson gave you a shout out on Twitter. And I'm wondering, from one left-hander to the other, how did that make you feel if you knew that? And I guess you do now, but what does it feel like that a guy like Phil Mickelson took the time to give you a pat on the back?
I mean, it's really cool. I had a buddy show it to me, but no, I mean, Phil was always somebody I looked up to when I was little, and going out to the players, and I'd always go watch him because lefty, go watch somebody that kind of is similar, and no, it was really cool to see somebody that you kind of look up to give you kind of that pat on the back.
Okay, thanks again.
Hey, Pete.
Scotty Sheffler was asked about you after winning the Heritage and spoke of you as pretty humble in the sense you were out there, and people were asking like what you're up to out there, and you didn't say like I won the junior players, etc. And you said I'm just here watching. Where do you think your kind of humility comes from, in the sense it seems you don't, like, you're doing historic stuff, but it doesn't feel like you want to like pat yourself on the back too much about what you're doing?
I don't know. I think that's just kind of my personality. I don't like being real showy with things. Kind of walking around a certain way, but I like to just kind of go about my business and do my thing.
Do you feel like, what's your take on what Scotty Sheffler has been doing with winning 4 times and 5 starts, various different courses and conditions? And what do you think it is from what you've seen of him that makes him have this ability to do these kind of crazy things?
I mean, it's impressive to watch. I mean, the things he's doing is, we've probably only seen it by one other guy, and that's probably one of the best golfers we'll ever see. So, I think, a lot of it, his demeanor is just so kind of, it's like just there's no up and down, just kind of very smooth, and kind of you get what you get, and you can't tell if he just made a bogey, a double, or he just made an eagle. Like, there's just no different emotions. So I think that's kind of, part of why he's so good and why he's good at what he does.
What would you say is, what do you love most about golf?
That I can be by myself every once in a while, and it's nice and quiet. I don't know. I like where you get to go out and practice by yourself, and nobody really gets to see what you do, and I like it's kind of just peaceful in a way.
We'll go back to Brent.
Miles, I think last weekend in one of your availabilities after a round, you said there's other younger golfers that are coming along, right? The golf at a young age is so good right now. Why do you think that, and how good is it?
I I think everybody has access to a ton of stuff. If it's a launch mod or just some of the best coaches, the equipment too, like TaylorMade. All these companies are starting to help younger kids out with clubs, balls, like all the stuff. So I think that's a big part of it, and be able to have the right clubs you fit into. But everybody's just, so talented. So, there's so many ways to be good, and everybody's finding kind of like every little detail to be good at it or to try to be the best.
How good is it here in Jacksonville or in Northeast Florida? You get Dunham, Winnie, guys, obviously you. You got some of the best players in the country at your age. How good is it here in this area?
Oh, there's a ton of talented players and great players between juniors to pros. So, it's been a good spot to be. You can get a good match between anybody. So it's definitely a packed place of good level of golf.
Gary?
Yeah, Miles, how old were you when you started working with Ramone? And especially during the last few weeks and maybe the past since August, as both the caddy and coach, what do you think has Ramone done the best for you? Just talk about him a little bit, what he means to you and what his influence is.
Mm-hmm. I think I've been working with Ramone since I was 7. So he's been my only instructor, and he does everything with me, does swing, chipping, putting. He does it all. But Ramone, he's just, the nicest and most positive guy you'll ever meet. And I think having a caddy coach, just to be able to be around that, like the vibes he puts off, and that when you're on a golf course, that's all you need. You need a guy that can kind of flip the mood just like that and get you going. And his knowledge about golf is just, it's on a different level. Some of the things you're like, all right, yeah, it makes sense, but definitely takes a second to process.
Yeah, thanks.
KP?
In terms of, I know I touched on this a little bit with you last week, but in terms of outside of golf, are there any kind of athletes in other sports that you enjoy watching or think are pretty cool?
Not really. I kind of live golf, and it's either golf or school, or you go fishing every once in a while, maybe go play tennis or pickleball with my sister, but it's not much else.
Are there any, do you listen to music or podcasts or movies or shows? Is there any that type of stuff that you're into?
I'll listen to music. I like all music, but more of a country guy. I like listening to Zach Bryan, Morgan Wallen, kind of those guys. But yeah.
Do you listen to music when you're warming up before a round at all ever?
I don't like playing golf with AirPods in. I think I like listening to. There's something about listening to the contact that you make when you hit a go in. You got to know what that sounds like, and when you have AirPods and you can't hear that. So yeah.
Did you have a favorite shot you hit last week? When you think of the week at Lakewood National, what kind of comes to mind as a shot that that sound you just felt super good about that sound?
I chipped it off the green on one the first day, which was my 10th hole of the day, and that one was, I think, probably one of the better shots of the week. But that one definitely made a little different sound coming off the face, and the turf interaction there wasn't any because he didn't take a divot, but the way that felt, just the launch kind of came out nice. And then the one I hit on 10 the last day, that one, I kind of skipped it down the hill, up and over, got into the hill, checked, and kind of released on down. I've told Ramone, I'm like, I see this, and then, it came out just exactly what I pictured it to come out like.
It could have been easy, I guess, for you to, after going 4 over through 3 on Saturday, to kind of, get in neutral and finish middle of the pack, but that you didn't make that happen. What do you remember about that walk from 3 to 4 and what was going through your mind in the 3rd round after that kind of slow start?
Well, I know those first 3 holes, those are hard holes, so it's kind of, there weren't going to be any harder holes than 1, 2, and 3. So I definitely, I'm like, all right, I knew I had my chances coming up to maybe even get it to, my goal was to get to even on the front side, and I'd be thrilled, and then have a fresh backside to go. But I mean, that walk, it was definitely kind of just a mental reset, and just start as if I just start on the 4th hole, even par, and that's kind of what I did, and just kind of started fresh.
Any last partying questions for Miles?
Yeah, just one more, Miles. Your schedule, right now you will be back at the Junior Player.
That's the plan. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right.
All right. Well, if there's no more questions, Miles, thanks for joining us this afternoon, and good luck this week.
Thank you.